still struggling with this shock absorber. I can't work out why the collet won't drop. I've got now all 4 of the pressers, the coil spring pressers fitted. I can only get one side, as I've shown you in the previous videos, I can only get one side. I think they're designed for a spring with a larger diameter. These have got a tiny diameter. You just cannot get, it's just not secure if it's got both sides of the of whatever it's called here in the spring. It's just sort of ledging there. So this, let's have a look. This is actually moulded. This top hat, it's like a top hat type thing here that stops the shock going through the spring, but that one on that side is supposed to drop off. We can see there is a split in it here, and I think I just can't work it out. But I've sprayed loads of penetrating fluid on there, and I've laid it on the road against the curbstones, so it can't go anywhere without the coil springs, and I've absolutely pounded it, just turn it around, give it a really hard pounding with the mallet. It's a wooden mallet, it's not going to smash anything, but I'm not looking to keep these. I just want the collets, that's all I'm after. So let's try again. We'll just that's loosed in. Let's just go that one's sliding, they're not very secure. Let's just get a little bit of tension on that one, and hopefully they won't slide around so much. They're all very loose at the moment. It's not a job I've done before, and it's not a particularly enjoyable job. More experienced people than myself will be laughing at my efforts here, because I'm probably making all sorts of errors, which will become clear to me as time goes on. But if you've done this job before, you'll be able to see the errors I'm making, but also you might be sort of familiar with how bloody difficult this is. Maybe it's easy and I'm just doing it wrong, I don't know, but come on. It looks very precarious, but if I can get enough. I've pulled the glove in with the glove's gone in with the, let's just undo that. Come on. Other way. Which way? No, that's tightening it, getting it worse. Let's just loosen it. Come on, there we go. I'd rather it was the glove than my skin, obviously. That's why I'm wearing the gloves. Here we go. There we go. I'm actually doing a little bit too much on each one. I'll have to do less because they're coming awfully loose and wobbling about. Dear, what a job. But anyway, that one's wobbling about all over the place. It needs quite a lot of tension. Okay, so if I can get enough, if I can press this spring enough, I need to be able to pull these. Let's have a look. Yeah, I need to be able to pull these probably to almost entirely as close together as these slides can go, and free up entirely this collet head here. Is that the way around I want it? No, it's the other way. That's the head I need to be freed up. Yeah, I need to pull them that way, I think. But anyway, I'm not going to do it all on camera. It's just taking forever. I'll just switch the camera back on when I'm a little bit closer and we can see some progress. Well, I've spent about 10 minutes winding. Let me just pop this glove back on. I've just spent about 10 minutes slowly winding in. Got the microphone lead stuck there. So I'm just doing about half a turn, then go on to the next one. So I'm trying to do it fairly evenly. Just roll it around, half a turn, to go to the next one. So the tension's pretty much uniform. We've got a half, I'm not going to put my finger in there. We've got a decent gap here. That top of the spring sits there. I just need to completely, I don't know, I just can't, because it's that bloody rusty. I can't tell what's supposed to go where. And I've watched YouTube videos, but I've not actually seen anybody get the collets out, so I don't know what they look like. I don't know. Obviously there's a massive amount of energy now in this in these pressers, but I'm using 4, so we should be reasonably safe. They can't really slip anywhere. I wouldn't fancy, you know, facing the energy. You know, if it did fire off, it'd be like being hit with a bloody bullet, I'm sure. But I think it looks a bit precarious because I've got so many on there, but I don't think any one is under any particular tension because I'm turning it slowly. There we go. I don't know. I think this disc here has got, I just don't know. I honestly don't know. Is there something down? Is there something down there? Just can't work this out at all. So let's just get it under tension. It's got plenty of WD-40, and because obviously now I've got it completely. I say completely. There's still perhaps another 20 millimeters to go. But anyway, let me just pause the camera again because this is rather tedious watching us. Right, I've got the 4 spring pressers wound in as far as it's possible for them to go. I'm quite nervous of it, if I'm honest with you, because it's an immense amount of energy now. The spring is completely compressed. You know, the what are these things called? They were about 4 inches apart. So I've managed to squash them all in entirely. And I do have complete, oh gosh, let's get this up. I'm just a bit reluctant to touch it, to be honest, in case I knock one off. You can imagine the energy. But I now have the shock absorber completely open around here. This is the area. I think this, now that I can get access to it, it looks like I'll be able to get a small screwdriver. Let's just lift it up a little closer to the camera. I pulled it past the camera. There we go. There's a tiny little, I'm all wrapped up in the wire. There is a little, there's a little split here. So I should be able to, what I'm going to do, I'm just nervous of it because there's so much energy there. If one of these flies off, I shudder to think what would happen to me if it hit me. So what I'm actually going to do, I'm going to wedge it on the pavement in the curbstone. So I'm going to cover it over. Just leave this area exposed. All of this where the excess energy is, I'm going to find some carpet or something, and I'll sort of wrap it up, and I'll put my foot on it. I'll just leave this area exposed, and I'll be able to tap it out. So if anything does sort of unfurl, it'll be wrapped up in a carpet, and theoretically it shouldn't sort of go anywhere other than sort of into the carpet. I'm just very, very nervous, as you can imagine. This is bloody dangerous, and I'm standing well back. So yeah, I'm going to go and find a bit of carpet, like I say, just wrap all of this mechanism up. Just leave that area, just the head sticking out. Because if this flies off, that can't go anywhere. But anyway, you see what I mean? It's dangerous. So let me turn the film off, and I'll make another video when I've got it wrapped up in a carpet, and I'll try and tap around.